That was a great opening.
You have no idea what you have done.
Soulless?
Pandora's gonna beat up all of BioWare.
I know what I did. I stopped you from destroying the world.
I was not destroying the world.
I kind of think you were.
When you disrupted my ritual, the magical energies pulled me here. Into the Fade.
Okay, so that's why you're here. But why am I here?
Pandora's gonna be banned from Canada.
But you shed a few drops of blood at the ritual site. Enough for a tenuous connection.
Blood magic?
Firstly, I abhor the use of blood magic.
Oh, you do? You
Had I
have.
the power to control you, I would already have used it.
Tell me more about how you abhor blood magic, Soulless. I'm just saying. Sir, you are lying. Alright. We'll do this.
Alright. You brought me here to talk. What are we talking about?
The Evanurus, or as you would call them, the Elven Gods. The creatures that escaped. In ancient times, they ruled the elves, but that was not enough. They sought not just to be obeyed, but to be worshipped. When I rebelled, they drew on the horrific magic of the Blight, corrupting all they saw until I trapped them. Thanks to you, though, I am now trapped, and the blighted Elven Gods walk free.
Ugh, get over yourself. Alright, we're gonna be sarcastic.
Right. You were innocently doing nothing when we came along.
The prison in which I had trapped them had begun to crumble. I was moving them to another.
So you weren't tearing down the veil and drowning the world in demons and wild magic?
I had a plan.
Varric always said you'd have a big explanation for why none of this was your fault.
Varric.
Yeah, he said that's
You had a
your
shitty
style.
plan,
Never
Solus.
quite
That's what you
lies.
had.
Clever half-truths that let you convince yourself you're doing the right thing. He tried to talk to you anyway, and now he's hurt.
Varric is quite practiced at shading the truth himself.
That moment.
So those things that got out, you said they were gods?
That is the moment. He
said
knew.
They were gods. Blighted, tyrannical, sadistic gods.
That moment,
All
man.
my power to imprison them millennia ago, but I am certain you will be fine.
It's the Mojo Dojo Casa House. Oh, God. That is the most accurate thing. Oh, my God, Winter. Yes. All right. I think we're going to go with sarcasm.
That's really helpful. What are you, the elven god of sarcasm?
Lies, treachery, and rebellion, depending upon the story. And how could I help? I do not have my ritual.
That is
back.
now canon.
I cannot access my network of mirrors to travel from the light.
Wolf Joe Dojo Casa House.
All I can offer is what I know.
Helpful advice from the elven god of, and I am quoting you here, lies, treachery, and rebellion.
Depending on the story. Elganan and Gillenane are your problem to solve. This is your responsibility now.
I bet he can't do beach.
Why tear down the veil? Listen. You have no idea what you have done. This is your responsibility now.
Well, look who's still with us.
Varric, you're okay, but I saw Solus stab you. You fell.
Trust me, kid. I've had worse. It'd take more than a flesh wound to stop me. Don't think I'll be making it out to the field anytime soon, though.
Whew. Alright, let's see what's the more. Okay, what exactly happened? By the way, I also pick every single option of, like, questions.
I did my best to talk sense into Solus, but of course, he wasn't listening. He never does.
The plan did go a little wrong.
Yeah. Harding got everyone out. By the skin of her teeth, mostly. Before you start worrying, Nev will be fine. She's apparently a lot tougher than both of us put together. Or, at least, she's a lot tougher than me.
Ooh, alright. Yeah, I'm going with I'm sorry.
I should have come up with a better plan. I should have...
You worked with what you had, and you succeeded, by the way. World isn't drowning in demons.
It isn't over, though. We trapped Solus in the Fate, but something else got out. Something...
Rook, you've got this. I've seen your work. Like that time you ditched your orders for a better strategy during a darkspawn attack. There's a reason I dragged you into this whole Solus mess. You're clever, adaptable, and you don't know when to quit.
Rook, look who's awake. I've been searching the place for Lyrian potions. Didn't mean to intrude.
Not at all. I was just about to have a look around.
Oh, be careful if you go outside, Rook. It is a long way down. The Illuvian led us into something, and it's in the Fade. Because that's what we needed. The dream world.
Then I really need to look around.
Can't hurt. In theory. And we need to talk about our next move. Maybe find Harding? She went outside somewhere. There's a table in the central area here. I'll meet you both there.
Go ahead, Rook. Me, I need to sleep.
Look, he turned right on his leg.
See you later, kid.
Okay. First, I'm going to open this. Get all my goodies. Thank you. But keep this up. Yep, so I'm going to take a quick break. So I will be back in a few minutes. I gotta work on the muting thing. Thanks, Jordan. Okay, so who is ready for, like, to explore the Fade and, like, watch Pandora cry over Varric? Sorry. Alright. So let us switch over to the game. Alright. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to do is, I don't know what it is, but sometimes on a PlayStation, when I import a character, and I usually use really bright colors for eyes, like blue or green, it looks okay when, like, I import it, but then, like, they turn brown. It's very weird, or they don't show up well. So I always, at this point, have to go back and, like, rechange it. And Pandora, you should feel called out. 100%. Yeah, like, see, it doesn't show up on there. It's very weird. So, those are the green eyes I was looking for. And I think it might just be a PlayStation thing, so. Winter, I don't know what thing you fixed, but I'm sure it is now awesome. So, alright, we are going to, oh, no, cancel, save. Finalize. And Pandora, you know I only call you out of love, so. Alright. Let us explore the lighthouse. Now, I will not read these all out loud, just so you know. Unless there's something, if somebody wants me to read something out loud, just let me know, and I am happy to. But I have read these like 1,000 times, and I'm also irritated. I've never gotten 100% of all the codexes, and I don't know if it's even possible, but it drives me nuts that it's never at 100%. I do like to read my particular Rook, so I will read that one. So a letter dated 6 months ago, Warden Thorn. If our calculations are correct and none of us have gone astray, this letter should be at the inn where you and Varric are to meet Scout Harding. As with Varric, we've worked with her before. She's a good scout and a good shot. We think you'll like her. Please tell her we say hello. Anyway, to the point. It's probably best you've gone to work with Varric for a while. Our superiors and the wardens can't deny that the village is safe and the darkspawn stopped, but they are still not especially pleased with you. Or your methods. Or the people who helped you with your plan. Evka and I have been given a somewhat remote assignment that no one else wanted, but we are no strangers to that. We've enclosed the list of addresses where you are most likely to reach us for the next few months, should you need. Finally, do not feel you are in exile. We know something of what Varric is after. When the world needs protection from malevolent forces, that's what Grey Wardens do. You're in the right place. Be vigilant and stay safe. Your friends, Antoine and Evka. So, I love those two. They are probably some of my favorite people in the entire world. Just looking at the Shadow Dragons. Yep, about the Templars. Mark all as red. Alright. Let us continue. Yeah, I think the Templar conversation is super interesting. Your favorite marriages, the other ones are Tarquin and Viper. I mean, fair.
Whoa.
God, the music is so good.
Rook, you're awake. And we're...
In the Fade.
This is where people come when they dream, but dwarves don't dream. And somehow I'm here.
Yeah, it's unreal. Nev thought we should talk about what to do next.
We should. But maybe look around a little. We might be here a while.
Ooh, level 2. All right. So I am probably going to specialize towards duelist because I do use my daggers more than I use bows and arrows, but it doesn't mean that I don't like the bows and arrows. So, all right, let's see what we're going to do. I do want to get that one eventually. Exploding arrow. Oh yeah, definitely want to use less momentum. So we'll... What's that one? I don't think I ever figured out what precision actually is in this game. I need to do some research and find that. All right, we're going to do exploding arrow. Lose less momentum and airborne jump. And Rain of Decay. Hurricane of Blades. Perfect. All right. So So I think as I was saying, I think the discussion of Templars is always really interesting to me. And I think especially if you started out playing Dragon Age Origins, like, you probably don't have a great... You probably already didn't have, like, a really great, you know, like, thought towards the Templars. And then if you played 2, man, you really probably didn't like the Templars a whole lot. And so I think it's really interesting to show what the Templars look like in Minrathous. And I don't know if I think they're better. I don't know if that's, like, the best way to handle magic, because I don't think they deal with the, rogue blood mages everywhere. So, all right, so we're gonna do the little puzzle. But I will say, I do not like in the South the mages being, put into a circle and, like, given no freedom. And, like, can't see your family. And, like, that's all bullshit. Collect that. Yeah, Truth Pandora. Red flags. Yes, absolutely. You can sympathize for the terrible things the Templars go through. I think especially as they build up the lyrium addiction and, like, what that does for you. But that does not at all excuse the shit you do. And hey, Puddleglum, welcome. Glad you could join us. You're just listening to my rant about Templars and, like... I think the Tevinter ones are a little bit better, except, they're still corrupt. So, like, neither of them are. Do, do, do. Give Sir Paris a few years and a bunch of gold and you believe in him. Okay, fair enough. Alright, so let's go talk.
It wasn't supposed to go this way. What do we do now? What do we do?
Harding?
Oh, hey, Rook. How's it going?
Did you ever find places like this, chasing Solus with Varric?
Not exactly. But with Solus, it was always about the Fade, or the Veil, or some other in-between place. Varric always hated it, though. At least this place feels different. Maybe... safer?
Alright, do we go with the are you okay or you have plants? I think this is a time we are not going to be sarcastic.
Harding, are you doing all right?
I don't know. Are you? Is anyone? Anyway, doesn't matter how I'm doing. What are we gonna do about this mess? We were going to go back through the Alluvion, right? Let's start with that. As soon as we can.
You know you can take some time to just...
Now you sound like Varric. Varric and I started this. And I can't stop. Not now. Don't ask me to. So, come get me when you're ready to go. Alright?
Aw, Harding. I always take a look around. And I will say, it took me until I think my third playthrough to realize the sky changes as you go through the game, and it gets brighter and sunnier as you do more good. And I think that's just such an awesome, like it's just one of those things where you're like, oh, somebody actually thought about that.
There must be 2 more. That's the second. 1 more to go.
Yep.
Okay, that did something.
I do think the lighthouse is really cool. I wish we could have done a little bit more to like personalize it, especially like your room and stuff would have been really cool. But also, why do you have like our companions don't have actual beds? I'm just saying. Looking at you, Emmerich. Hell, I'm looking at myself. Like, do your companions not deserve an actual bed? I believe they do. Alright, let's go talk to my future wife.
Wisps. Figures they're in the Fade, but I swear they're following me.
You alright?
Strange place you've fallen into, but I'll work with it. You know me.
Do I?
I know Varric wanted you for the job. You know the same about me.
I made a call that got you injured right after we met.
I'll be fine. You trusted me for the job, and I delivered. That's what counts. If we're stuck in this, let's hope you can trust me again.
And of course, we are gonna flirt.
Alright. But I still wish we had a smoother start.
So much for first impressions.
Here's hoping I'm better on the second.
Well, you're not bad so far.
You take a lot of notes. What about?
Lately, what we know, or knew, before Solus changed the game.
And it's...
Not much. I'm sure Lace would hate to hear that, but one step at a time.
We'll start with the big goal.
Okay. So step 1 is figure out what we're chasing.
Right. And the 20 other questions that need answers...
That's step 2.
I can see why Varric brought you on.
We've just got to start somewhere.
Nev. Gotta love that sarcasm. Alright. Yep, thanks for the reminder to save. Alright, a couple things I'm gonna do. Go pick this up. Pick up more stuff. And then the other thing I'm going to do is go check out my outfits. Okay. Alright, so we've got that. That. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually keep this on. Outfits are critical. Because I kind of do story stuff. So even though you find a outfit, I think in the next section, it's not my favorite outfit. So, and I think also Rook would stay raggedy until, like, you know, gets back into the lighthouse. So, we're going to keep this outfit. I do love the casual one for the Grey Wardens. It's actually one of my favorite ones. So, and I don't think bow and arrow is the only one. Yeah, we'll do that one for right now. Yeah, any game that doesn't have, like, a transmog system, I really question. And I think we're going to keep our people. Yeah, we'll keep them in their outfits. All right. Talk to Varric.
I wish I could be out there with you, Rook. Just be careful, all right?
Hey, Varric, you're laying on the side that's injured. Are you sure you're okay? Because I feel like that would hurt. Just saying. All right, here we go.
So, we stopped the ritual.
And Varric paid the price.
Hey, Varric made his choice to go talk with Solus. He knew the risks. We all did.
That makes,
Now Solus is gone.
that makes your Rook sound like such an
We're here.
asshole.
Wherever here is. Besides in the Fade.
Solus called it the lighthouse.
He did? When?
He was in the Fade.
Sorry, it was while I was unconscious. Solus appeared in my dream.
Really? I'm glad you're alright.
From what I saw, he's trapped in the Fade now. Not here, but some kind of prison.
You're sure that wasn't just a dream? It's a reasonable reaction.
Solus can speak with people in their dreams. Even kill them.
He said our connection wasn't strong enough for him to do that. He could only reach me because I bled at the ritual site when I got banged up.
Yeah, and Solus
So
is a
Solus
liar.
using blood magic, like any normal mage would to play with your mind.
But he's not a normal mage, like I told you. He's an elven god.
Putting together a nice ritual doesn't make him a god.
I mean, to be fair to Nev, like, she's worked with a lot of asshole magisters who probably claimed they were gods, and in the end, you know, clearly weren't. So I do not blame her for being super, like, sure, Jan, sure. All right.
The gods of my people were incredibly powerful. I don't mean they were powerful like a skilled mage. I mean they destroyed entire cities. They shattered mountains. So no, they might not literally be gods. They're a lot worse than whatever you're thinking.
All right, well, we've stopped the ritual and there doesn't seem to be an immediate danger. For now. You're certain Solus can't use blood magic to affect your mind?
I'm not certain of anything, but we're not out of danger.
What do you mean?
Solus had 2 of the other elven gods imprisoned. When he got trapped, they escaped.
So those things we saw come out of the Fade when the ritual went wild, those are...
Elgurnon and Gillenane, 2 of the ancient elven gods that Solus rebelled against.
Ooh. I'm gonna do their worse than Solus.
Solus warned me about them being evil, which is pretty rich from the guy who just tried to tear down the veil.
Fair point.
You don't believe him?
No, that's the problem. I do believe him. He said they were horrific tyrants.
Tyrants so powerful, elven history remembers them as gods.
Solus says Elgurnon and Gillenane drew on the Blight for power and became corrupted. That was when he imprisoned them.
So instead of one god running around, we have two. And they're not just powerful, they're blighted.
We need to get out there and stop them.
Just like that. We're down a man without Varric. We can't just rush in.
I know you're hurt, Nev, but the rest of us need to do something.
I'll be ready to fight when it's time, but we need to investigate, then figure out what we're dealing with.
And how many more people will get hurt, get killed, while we spend time investigating?
So this is really interesting, because, like, they both have their points, but also Harding wants to just, like, Leroy Jenkins into it, and that never is going to end well. And, yeah, I get it, because you can't keep investigating and never do anything. There's got to be a happy medium, but I would rather investigate than, like I said, Leroy Jenkins my way in it, and that's how you get killed. That's kind of what happened with Varric. So, sorry, Harding, I've got to go with Nev's right.
If Elgernon and Gillenane are worse than Solus, we can't go in blind. We need to know what they can do and what they want.
But we only have Solus's word about all of this.
Then let's go investigate for ourselves. We'll find out what we're dealing with. And then, we take our shot.
Fine. The Illuvian led us here instead of back to Minrathous.
Let's hope it goes back to the ritual site. Maybe we can find some clues at the scene of the crime.
Nev, are you okay to go?
It's a headache. I've worked with worse.
All right then. Let's get back to the ritual site.
The Illuvian has its own special room. It's just down the stairs.
All right. I don't think there's anywhere else I can go. Just want to check one thing. Sorry, I gotta go lurk in Pandora's stream. Gotta support my mods, so. Alright. Oh, well, I forgot to get early nug. Alright. Thank you, Jordan.
For all we know, there's a dozen demons waiting on the other side of that Illuvian.
If it even takes us back to Arlefin.
Nev, you sure you're up for this?
Don't worry about me.
She's like, try to fucking stop me. Pretty sure that's the moment Rook
Let's do this.
fell for Nev, was like, hell yeah.
It's quiet. Well, isn't that a surprise?
There's the ritual site. But if the gods really did get out, they're not here anymore.
Right. Let's take a look around and see if we can find any...
God, this music is so good.
I'm trying! Strife? Irlin? It's me, Lace Harding.
Harding? What are you doing back in Arlethan?
It's complicated.
I can see that.
Rook, Nev, this is Strife and Irlin. Varric and I met them when we first started hunting down Solus. They're veil jumpers, experts in ancient elven magic.
Hardly experts. I should have been able to shut that artifact down. I'm sorry, Tarith.
It's not your fault. Since the sky ripped open, the magic's been surging. Bunch of artifacts that had been dormant for centuries started coming alive. This is because of Fen'Harel's, Solus's ritual, isn't it? You all were supposed to stop him.
We sort of did.
We did stop him. The sky's not pulling itself apart anymore, is it?
But...
But it didn't go as cleanly as we hoped. Solus got pulled into the Fade and somethings got pulled out. Or someone's, I mean. Two of the Evanuris, Elgornon and Gillenane.
Mathalanast.
The elven gods of old. The Evanuris.
If they truly have returned.
Then things just got a whole lot worse.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I was really hoping the Dreadwolf was lying to us about all this.
He's the god of lies. But some things are sacrosanct, even to him. He might be a bastard, but he's a damn sight better than the Evanuris.
Strife, I knew I liked you.
Solus led a rebellion against the Evanuris, and a reason he imprisoned them.
But now they've escaped.
Tarith is in bad shape. We need to get him back to the camp.
We've still got dozens of veil jumpers unaccounted for.
How can we help?
We need to find Belara Luther. She's the best there is at working with our ancient artifacts.
And also at blowing them up.
She was off looking for another artifact before this ritual shook everything loose. If anyone can get a handle on all this wild magic and the artifacts it's setting off, it'll be her.
Right. You get your friend back to your camp and... we'll find Belara.
We'll tell her to help the veil jumpers.
Nev, I need you to stay with Strife and Irlin, alright?
I'm fine.
You're the best detective in Minrathous. You can help the veil jumpers here. If trouble shows up, they could use your skills.
Fair enough.
We'll meet you back at the Veil Jumper camp. It's just south of here.
Belara's out near some elven ruins to the west. At least she was 3 days ago. I'd start your search there.
Good luck, Rook. And thank you.
I will say Arlethan Forest is probably one of my favorite areas. It's so cool. And like the wacky and wild things you find.
Strange about this fog.
It all feels a little off. Like everything shifted a little bit. Is that suit of armor moving? Nice, Rook.
Gotcha.
Also another badass intro.
Oh, people. Where'd you come from?
Belara Luther? Strife and Irlin sent us to find you.
Who are you, exactly?
Call me Rook.
Lace Harding.
Protocol is to wait a full week before they send anyone out to look for me. I've only been gone 3 days.
Well, the situation's changed. For the worse, unfortunately. Our gods, Elgornon and Gillenane, they've escaped from Fen'Harel's prison. And by all accounts, they want to destroy the world.
Oh, yes, that is very much for the worse. Okay, wait. I need a second.
So even the small things, like the fact that an elven rook says our gods, and not like elven gods. So I really like these little touches they do depending on like your race or your faction that you play. That kind of stuff, just I love it because it's so detailed. That means somebody thought about it.
I've had a couple of days and I'm still trying to wrap my head around it.
It does sort of explain a few things, though.
Like what?
The surge of raw magic in the area. These artifacts started waking up a while ago, but in fits and starts. One here, a couple there. Then, a couple of days ago, the sky split open. And now, raw magic. Thick as fog. Only a god, or gods, could have done that. There's something kind of exciting about it. And dangerous. Really dangerous. Dangerous enough that I was gonna head back to the Veil Jumper camp, but...
But what?
See that shimmer? That's a veil bubble. It's separating us from the rest of the real world, so to speak. You can only pass through it one way. Once you're in, you can't get out.
Yep, that sounds bad.
I think I'd prefer to stay in one piece, yeah.
Right, me too. But I think I can find a way out. A bubble like that? There has to be something at the center that's generating it. Something powerful. If we can find it and remove it safely, I mean, the bubble itself should collapse.
And then we're back in reality?
I really, really hope so.
Well then, let's get going.
I love Balara. And I know she's very autistic coded, and I love it. Alright, we are going this way, I believe.
I've been trying to get to the artifact at the center of the bubble.
I'll go this
but
way
these magical
first.
Constructs keep getting in the way.
We've handled our share of demons. A few dozen more shouldn't be a problem.
Spirits, not demons. They're animating those suits of armor. The armor's attuned to the artifact to protect it from threats.
Threats like us, I'm guessing. Someone made camp all the way out here?
We've got camps all over Arlethan. The Veil Jumpers do, I mean. Never really know when or where the magic's gonna start going wild.
Alright, time to find every teeny tiny thing I can collect. I think that might be it. Okay. Nope. Alright. I see you, Winter. Thanks for the dancing polar bears. Some of my favorite emotes.
That's the edge of the bubble. Can't pass through it. We need to shut down the artifact first.
Is that water just swirling into the air?
We call that kind the whirlpool. The anomaly, I mean. Never seen one this size, though.
Gotta make sure I collect everything. Don't think there's anything this way, but I could be wrong. Alright, here we go.
Demons! Right where we need to go.
Then let's deal with them quick.
That was a bad shot. Oops. Well, I didn't do that on purpose, but I'll take it. All right.